Driving so far.
Weekdays from 6.
BBC Radio Leeds.
Yes, catch Rima every single weekday, bright and early in the morning from 6 a.m, and she'll guide you through your day. Now, you might have noticed recently, if you had a little wander or a little stroll past the train station and the Queen's Hotel in City Square, it's been transformed just a tiny little bit into a sculptural forest. Now, this is all about art. It's all about culture, part of Leeds 2023. And this new large-scale public artwork is called Making a Stand. It invites residents and visitors to come and play in the city centre like never before. Now, this was designed by the world-renowned visual artist Michael Pinsky, whose work challenges the status quo on climate change and urban design, and award-winning environmental architects Studio Bark. Now, the artwork takes inspiration from the ancient forests of Leeds, on which Leeds is built, and aims to bring the magic of ancient forests back into this city. So we thought, with all this sunny weather, let's talk about what's been happening over there. Hannah Clapham-Clark is from Leeds 2023. Tell us a little bit more about this brilliant occasion. Hannah, welcome to the show.
Hi, Sanchez. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. Tell us, what is going on over there in City Square?
We've had a really exciting day. I'm looking at it right now. Like you say, we've installed an amazing public artwork created by Michael Pinsky and Studio Bark. And it is a piece of 127 pieces of timber. They're Douglas fir timber and they're 7 meters high, and it's an incredibly beautiful structure that you can really get lost in. A lot of people have been telling us it smells beautiful today, so it's a really gorgeous piece of work that really celebrates the city, and also hopefully gets us thinking about some quite complex but really interesting topics around sustainability and art and our planet.
And what is the aim of this? Because arts and culture is so beautiful. It could be so, how you interpret and your thoughts and feelings, and to evoke emotions and thoughts. But there is meaning behind this installation, as you mentioned. Dive a little bit deeper into that.
Yeah, absolutely. So making a stand is a bit of a play on words. So a stand is a collection of sort of uniform trees, but also this artwork is about making your voice heard and taking a stand on subjects that you're really passionate about, and in particular sustainability. So at the heart of this project is really about looking at our supply chain and where we get our materials from, and how we look after our materials in a really responsible way. So what we've done on this project is that we have taken trees, so UK timber, from brilliant UK timber, and we've taken them out of the supply chain, and we've, rather than storing them in a shed horizontally, we've just happened to have stored them in City Square, and we can see them, and they will age and weather over the next 6 months. And then at the heart of this project is the fact that all of this timber will go back into the supply chain, so the materials that we use won't be wasted, and they will potentially go on to live 20, 40, 100 years and become someone's shed or something. Yeah, they could become so many beautiful things. So it's not just about 2023. This project has a real legacy beyond that, and we're really excited to see what happens to all this amazing timber.
And why is that so important, being green and thinking ahead? Because it is brilliant and it's amazing, but this is something that we all should think a little bit more about. And sometimes it takes art to translate these kind of things, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've learnt a lot about trees, more than I thought I would over the last 18 months. And they are magical, beautiful things, but it's also a really complex subject. And, it's quite a dense and tricky topic. So we hope that this artwork gives a new way of thinking about it, and hopefully a hopeful and beautiful way at looking at a topic that is, sometimes quite serious and quite scary. We all know that we should look after our planet, but hopefully this shines a light on how brilliant our nature and our forests and our trees are, and how important our connection to nature is, both for, our planet, but also for our well-being. I mean, we've noticed today people have read their books in here, they've smelt the trees, they've given the trees a bit of a hug. They're really good for our minds and our brains. So yeah, we're really happy with what's happening, and how people of Leeds are really taking it to their heart already.
And what was the process like? How did you get to this point? Because 127 7-meter high timber fins, like you mentioned, that doesn't sound like just a quick couple hours of work. Let's pop up a shed, pop up a tent in garden. It's a bit more than that, wasn't it, Hannah?
It's been a long process. So we started this project around 18 months ago, and yeah, it's taken a lot of people and a lot of hard work to get to where we are. So from a structural point of view, it's incredibly complex to try and obviously stand up 127 pieces of wood on end in a very public setting. So there was lots of clever brains that went on to figuring how to do that. And we've worked with an amazing local fabricator called Stage One, who have gone above and beyond to make sure that they've installed this. It's taken around 3 weeks to install, and it will be in City Square until January. So everyone's got plenty of time to experience it. But yeah, it's been a really challenging process, but also one that we've learned an unbelievable amount about. So a project that. One that I never thought I would have in my career, but it's been incredible, and to see it on a beautiful day like this has just been really, really satisfying.
I bet everything just come together in such a beautiful way from it actually being erected and everything happening and being there. Then the sunshine being so gorgeous, so people can straight away dive deep into it and be a part of it. If you could put it in your own words, then Hannah, as a last thing, what would you consider a success from this? Is it people thinking more about the environment? Is it people just seeing how beautiful and easily well, not necessarily easily, but how greatly our city could be adapted to art and culture and things that are great to look at, but inspire the mind? What's a success for you with this project?
I think it completely depends on the individual. There's going to be so many different responses to this work, and I think that's what we find really fascinating about it. And it'll mean so many different things to so many different people. But I hope it sheds a light on how brilliant our forests are and how incredible trees are, and also just to think a little bit more about the materials that we use and how we can make sure that we're using them to their potential and making sure that we're not wasting things that we don't need to, and just thinking a little bit more about that when you're using something or when you're buying something. And also I'm just so excited to see what happens to this timber, because in the 40 years' time, I could come across a shed, and I never know, it might be from making a stand. So we can't wait to see what happens to it over the next few years.
I absolutely love that. And a reminder, if you want to go see this beautiful, beautiful structure that has been put up by Leeds 2023, head to City Square, across the road from the Queen's Hotel, and go and see it. And not only see it, but be a part of it, interact in it, and be amazingly astounded by the beauty of culture and art in our city. Hannah, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Legend, BBC Radio Leeds.